Well, all the rain we've gotten in the state has been pretty positive when it comes to crops, but there are some negative aspects to it. So JD, let's walk us through kind of how this growth has probably caused some problems when it comes to fire.
Okay, for purposes of wildland fire, we have generally two seasons, what we call the growing season and then the dormant season. Right now we're in the growing season. We usually define that from May through October. And the first half of our growing season was actually not much rainfall, but when you look at starting in July, August, September, we've had more than normal rainfall over much of the state. And so this has encouraged greater than normal fuel growth. And when we talk about fuel, we're talking about grasses and other types of vegetation that can burn. And with all this grassy fuel growth and forbs and small brush, that will be fuel for dormant season when we get into the dormant season.
So walk us through like when the dormant season begins.
Okay, the dormant season typically occurs when grasses like this start senescing, as some of them already are now, and we have our first hard freeze. All the grasses basically die and go dormant. The deciduous trees drop their leaves, they can be burned, and so forth. But just to give an outlook for the upcoming dormant season, we now have these excessive fuel loads of grasses, forbs, and small brush over a lot of the state that's received excess rainfall. When these go, they convert to what we call 1 hour dead fuels, and some of the little thicker fuels can convert to 10-hour fuels, like some of that dead wood down there. Those are 10-hour fuels. And so these typically are involved in the start and maintenance of fires. So in areas that have had excessive fuel loads going into the dormant season, we can expect probably greater than normal fire activity given ignition sources. So you add these excessive fuel loads on top of the below normal precipitation that might be expected this upcoming dormant season, you can have some possible problems for wildfire activity in Oklahoma.
So switching gears a little bit, you have some workshops that are currently going on, and then there's still a few more coming up in regards to OK Fire. So talk to us a little bit about those.
Yeah, OK Fire, as most of your, or some of your viewers may know, is our weather-based decision-making system for wildland fire, which includes wildfire applications and prescribed fire applications. It's a program of the Oklahoma Mesonet. We couple the Mesonet to take us up to the current time with respect to fire conditions, and then we use a 84-hour, basically 3.5-day forecast to take us into the future. So we're going to be holding these workshops around the state, one in McAllister, Duncan, and Stillwater. These are open to the public. They're free. We basically have 6 hours of training where I go over various aspects of fire weather, fire danger, smoke, anything related to wildland fire, and then we intersperse these with lab exercises where they can go to their laptops and navigate the website to become more familiar with how the products work.
All right, thanks JD. If you would like a link to some upcoming OK Fire workshops, go to our website, sunup.okstate.edu.